Hello, welcome back to Carl's Place. I'm Carl, and today I'm going to make, I'm just going to say it right up front, it's munchy food. I'm making homemade French fries and homemade potato chips. Stick with me. Okay, folks, let's get into it. Homemade potato chips, homemade French fries, nothing better than that, right? So the French fries are going to be double fried. I'm going to throw them in once, get them a little brown. I'm going to pull them out, let them cool off. I'm going to toss them in some cornstarch and then throw them in for the double fry. Now, in between the double fry, I'm going to cook the potato chips. I'm going to cook the fries first, pull those out, let them cool, cook the potato chips, pull those out, let them drain, and then do the second fry for the French fries. Now, the potato chips, it doesn't matter. You can eat them cold. You eat cold potato chips all the time. I like them a little warm, and I also like them served with blue cheese dressing. So that's what I'm going to have on today. And so let's go ahead and prep the potatoes. Alrighty, what you're going to need, oil. I have that heating up on the stove right now on medium high. I don't check the temperature of it. What I do is I'll throw a little drop of water in there. If it sizzles, it's usually ready. So that's my gauge for how hot the oil is. But to prep the potatoes, of course, you're going to need two potatoes. I'm using two russet potatoes, fairly big. I'm just going to do one potato for chips and one potato for fries. For the chips, I have a mandolin slicer, which I've used the grating attachment, but I've never used the slicing attachment, so who knows how that's going to turn out. And for the French fries, I mean, you can cut them up yourself, but I have this thing. I've had this in my cupboard for years, and I have never used it. It is a French fry cutter, or a French fryer, because you can put all kind of things in here. You can put zucchini and squash and potatoes and whatever you want to fry French. But it's really, really dangerous. These things are really sharp in there. I already nicked my finger on it and I barely touched it. So let's see how that turns out. I'm a little afraid. Let's do the other mandolin first. All right, so I'm not going to peel the whole potato. I'm going to leave some of the skin on, but I want to take some of these little more nasty blemishes off. Now, once the potatoes sliced up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out of this and I'm going to lay them on some paper toweling and then cover them, because you want to take as much moisture out of the potato as you can, because it'll have a less of a reaction to the hot oil when you put it in the oil to fry. So let's get past this first stage. They don't look very large yet. They're not full-size chips. This does not seem to be working at all. All right, I'm going to slice them. So I'm going to move on to a different potato. And I'm going to try to slice this by hand. So my advice to you would be to get a better mandolin slicer than I do. Mine's cheap. And that's what I get. So I'm just going to lay these out. But I gotta say, that's pretty good for hand cut. All right, and then another piece of paper towel on the top. And just let that soak in for a little bit. Okay. This is what makes me nervous. Let's see if it fits. Okay, it fits. So I guess the idea is just to push it in here a little bit and then push it down with this. I'm scared of most of my appliances, and this isn't even electric, so. All right, 1, 2, 3. Well, something's happening in there. Okay. Oh, I see. Just a little too thick for the container. See? All my appliances hate me. Ah, there we go. I have French fries. Look at that. Hey, I'm impressed. These look good. Get them nice and dry. Right. Get these nice and dry. Roll them over. Make sure you get all sides. All right. I think that's pretty good. Let's move over to the stove. Okay. Whew. Yes, I think that's pretty hot. I got a little water there. Throw it in there, and it's, yeah. Hear that popping? You know it's ready. And now, if you didn't dry the potatoes as much as you could, that reaction would happen a lot, and it could bubble over. So you never want to put oil in your pan all the way to the top, because it could boil over. You want to leave, like that much space from the top of your pan, not, to avoid any accidents. So I'm gonna go ahead and slip these in. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and do these once, let them cool, just until they start to get a little bit brown, because you don't want to overcook them and then have to cook them again, because then they'll be just burnt. Okay, so these are just starting to get just slightly brown. Take them out, let them drain and cool. And I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it from here. You can see that the inside of the French fries look like you can start to see through them almost. That tells me that the inside of the potatoes cooking, and then when you double fry it, that's going to make the inside of it nice and light and fluffy. Let's go ahead and throw in the potato chips, one at a time. See them already starting to float. I'm going to cook fast, so keep an eye on them. You don't want them burnt, but you want them a little brown. Ooh, I got a curly one. Let's see if we can make another one. Okay, the chips are starting to get slightly brown. very slightly. So you're going to keep an eye on them. And you can see them starting to get brown. I think these are going to be really good. Get your paper towel ready because it's going to go fast. Or it should. See them starting to get nice and brown. And these are done. Spread them out as much as you can, because if you don't, they'll end up getting soggy. That nice. Be nice and crispy. Okay, now the French fries, they're nice and cold now. I'm going to take them and I'm going to toss them in cornstarch. Okay. Just going to put a couple of teaspoons in there. And just give it a toss. This time I'm going to use tongs because the cornstarch may give it, the oil, a bigger reaction. Oh. And while the chips are still hot, don't forget your salt. See how quickly they start to brown? And just another couple of seconds. Okay, that's about as brown as I like my fries. So look at that. Salt. All right, let's chow down. Okay, folks, I have my basket of potatoes. And there we have it. Homemade potato chips and homemade double fried French fries. Now, the thing with the double fry, what happens is if you fry it once, I mean, they're fine, but that's when you usually you end up with soggy French fries, which I have no problem with. I love soggy French fries, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just want them crispy. So the double frying helps crisp it up, helps the center of the French fry to get nice and fluffy, and the cornstarch helps create a slightly crispy batter on the outside. You can barely see it, but you can feel it in the crunch. So let's go ahead and taste them. Okay, I'm gonna do one of the double folded over potato chip. Oh yeah. The difference between bagged potato chips and fresh potato chips is so miles apart. And when you take the chips and you dip them in blue cheese dressing. Now, when I was younger, I used to go to this restaurant called the Fan Club. It's been closed for decades now. We used to go out to the restaurant and before the club and have a couple of cocktails, and everything on the menu was named after an old time movie. And I used to get this, which was called Goodbye Mr. Chips. This movie from the 30s or 40s or something. And it was just homemade potato chips with blue cheese dressing. This and a couple of cocktails, and you're ready to go out. Oh, it's so good. One more. Mm. I'm happy. Go ahead. French fries. Mm. Just, just enough crisp on the outside, nice and fluffy on the inside. Ooh, oh, a stop me one. That's not supposed to happen. I'm non-discriminatory. I'm gonna try it with ketchup. Oh man, homemade fries are so much better. I like a good frozen fry, but if you got the time and the patience, this is worth it. Ooh, I just thought of a video. I think I'm gonna put on the list to do poutine with homemade French fries. That'd be fabulous. Happy, happy, happy. Now all I need is a cocktail. Back then I used to I used to drink something called a woo woo, which was it was cranberry juice, peach tree schnapps, and vodka, I believe. So it was kind of like a Sex on the Beach without the sex. So, but they were good. Woo woos and potato chips. Munchy food. Well, that's today's video, folks. I hope you liked it. I hope you give it a try. Homemade potato chips, homemade French fries. Let me know if you do and if you like them. Otherwise, that's it. I hope you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification button so you don't miss any future videos from Carl's Place. Bye, guys.